start with a simple question. Who do you love the most in your life? And I'll give you a minute to answer that for yourself. Maybe look into your heart and ask yourself this question. Who do you love the most? Yeah. So, if your answer is not myself, then you need to watch this video. Because if your instant answer was, oh, my parents or my twin flame or anyone else, my cat or whatever, then you need to learn and know that if you are not your number one, you will not actually receive that reflection as you being number one for your twin flame. If your number one complaint is, my twin flame is not prioritizing me, my twin flame is not prioritizing our union, this is the answer, my dear friends. If you are not your number one, you will not get that reflected in all areas of your life. That means you haven't learned how to prioritize all that you are or get to know yourself. If you really knew who you were, there could not or would not be anyone else that you love more than yourself. Yeah, that's true, because even if you find your parents or your twin flame having these wonderful qualities and you're like, they're so much better than me, you could be right, but at the same time, that also means you haven't discovered fully who you are. Because the way God created you, the way you have been designed, is to love yourself first and completely. So you are actually your lover first. You are madly in love with you. If you haven't fallen in love with yourself madly, if you haven't prioritized yourself, then your answer is right here, that there is something to heal, there is something to look at, there is something to explore, and ask yourself why don't I love myself as number one, and why don't I see myself as number one? So time to look within and ask yourself this question and dig deeper. The best way that I've found to love myself is by doing the inner work, and actually help me with my self-discovery. The things that yogis talk about, the self-realization, self-discovery, that's what the journey that you're on. If you're on your twin flame journey, you are on the path of your self-discovery and enlightenment. That's what twin flame union gives to you. That's the gift of your harmonious union, is your enlightenment. And how do you discover yourself? Is by loving yourself, is by removing barriers that is keeping you separate from yourself. Places where you are holding on to hatred or any grudges, even towards God or other people, are just grudges towards you. It is actually causing you self-harm and keeping you separate from your own divine self, your love within. These might sound like jargon to you right now. If you are not practicing mirror exercise, you're really missing out on this. So here I want to invite everyone to my upcoming workshop, which is on healing abandonment, no chasing. So I've seen there's a pattern going on the twin flame union journey. There is a runner and a chaser, normally that's how people see it, but actually there is no runner and chaser. It is all within you. If you have that obsession to chase, or you are running away from your union, either ways, that is because you are afraid of love. You are afraid of losing love, or you are afraid of love. Either ways, it needs to be healed, because that's not how God desires you to live. God wants you to have your union. God wants you to actually live in your harmony, in the utmost peace and grace. So if you're holding on to any grudges or past distasteful experiences, and it could be really, really deep. It could be related to your parents not loving you, abandoning you. You could have had difficult relationships growing up. Maybe you had past lovers that had abandoned you or not loved you for some reason or the other. First reason is that they are not your twin flames, so they were never meant to be with you. But it is not just about in the head, it is an emotional healing. The hurt is not just fractured in just knowing, it's about you being cut out from your emotional body, and you need to heal it energetically. And for that, I am conducting this workshop, and I'm inviting you all to attend this one. If you want to know more, definitely click on the links, and I will also be organizing a free webinar so that you know whether you should attend this workshop or not. And to register for the free webinar, you can go to the workshop tab on my website and sign up for that free webinar, so you know why you should attend this workshop. So yeah, back to the topic, prioritizing yourself. It is not just a mental prioritization that, okay, I think about myself crazily, obsessively, keep looking at myself. No, it is about knowing yourself from within first. What do I value? Who am I? What do I care for the most? What are the topics that, attract me? What are the things that I'm meant to do in this life? Like, your life story will reveal to you that this is what I've seen my whole life. So I'm here to help that consciousness. Maybe you are called to help people on this journey. Maybe you are called to help the old people, or you are called to help abandoned children. So there's so many things that you may be called to work on as a light worker, as a person on this journey. But for that, you need to know yourself first. It is not about jumping in and doing. No, it is about your self-discovery. You do that by loving yourself, by learning how to love yourself. Definitely, you should join my coaching session so that I can teach you how to do that. It's a very simple 4-step mirror exercise, but yet it goes very, 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 very deeply in your psyche, and healing not just in your mental body, it is your energetic body also gets healed, and your causal body also gets healed. Alright, that's all for today. Keep watching, subscribe, and I'll see you in the next videos. Take care.